Steve, some experts believe we could go from 7 Democrats and 7 Republicans in the House of Representatives to maybe the Democrats losing at least 3 seats. We spoke with a congressman tonight who is considered vulnerable, a freshman congressman who represents a large portion here of Wake County. We're also breaking down what this means for you.
We won with 51% of the vote because we had a fair map where voters got to make a choice.
We dove right in tonight with Congressman Wiley Nickel after the landmark victory for Republicans today.
This is a ruling that paves the way for the Republican majority in Raleigh to, curtail voting rights significantly and gerrymander the hell out of our state.
Nickel is one of the few successes for Democrats in the House this past election. He beat President Trump-backed Bo Hines in the 13th Congressional District, which was redrawn following the 2020 census.
The maps we have right now were fair maps drawn by the court. We're a 50-50 state. They elected 7 Democrats and 7 Republicans to go to Washington.
But now the maps will most certainly change, and he may be out of a job in the next election. You might remember longtime Congressman G.K. Butterfield said he wouldn't run in 2022, mainly because of a redrawn congressional map that made his District 1 harder to win.
Legislative districts are going to be non-competitive. They are going to be solid red or solid blue. You're not going to see competitiveness anymore.
Hillary Klein is senior counsel for the Southern Coalition for Social Justice. She represents Common Cause, who challenged the 2021 redistricting maps for being unconstitutionally drawn.
It meant that Democrats couldn't partisan gerrymander either. The voters are the ones that could have won if that was upheld, and the voters are the ones that are losing today.
I do believe that voters should have the deciding factor in who actually represents them. It shouldn't be politicians and sitting in Raleigh that get to determine that for our rural communities and for our districts that desperately need better representation right now.
Anderson Clayton is the new chair of the state Democratic Party.
And this doesn't solve it whatsoever. It just creates it. It makes it harder for people to have access to the democratic process.
Republican Senate Leader Phil Berger issued a statement after the rulings today. He said in part, quote, "Today's rulings affirm that our Constitution cannot be exploited to fit the political whims of left-wing Democrats." Among the other House of Representative folks, among the other congressmen who might be considered vulnerable, Jeff Jackson, Kathy Manning, and Don Davis, who represents a good portion of eastern North Carolina, including part of Wayne County. Oddly enough, Amber, Davis was a successor to none other than G.K. Butterfield. Back to you.
Yeah, all right. Josh Chapin with the very latest there tonight. Thanks.